Hello ladies and gentlemen, I'm Mohit Bhadwaj reporting from Kodaikanal, where temperatures are chilling and roads are serpentine. But we are here for a reason, to gauge this new Mercedes-Benz SUV and let you folks know if you should consider buying one or not. But in case you're thinking that this is the old GLS, well, it's not. It is the new GLB instead, and one interesting fact about it that it is often referred to as a mini GLS in the markets that it has been on sale for quite some time. But how good is it to look at? Well, let's get straight to styling now. Talking of aesthetics, the Kodaikanal looks good and the GLB looks boxy for sure. Over to the front you can see it has squared off headlamps and the face is very upright. Over to the nose you have a GLS inspired grille and SUV elements like the front cladding, the scuff plates and these black claddings run across the length and breadth are prominent over here. This bonnet is high set, has spar domes that make it look masculine for sure. 19-inch alloy wheels come on this AMG spec trim in a dual tone finish. Move over to the sides a lot and you will see the DLO, the glass area, is also inspired by the GLS. And it is actually when you step to the rear and have a close look at the rear fascia, you'll realize that the tail lamp's glow pattern is again inspired by the GLS. And therefore calling it a baby GLS is not wrong at all. But what do you think of this SUV styling? Let us know in the comments below. Also, let me give you an interesting perspective here. This car is slightly bigger than the GLC in certain aspects. On the whole, it has, more road presence than the GLC, and it is almost as sizable as the GLC as well. So, time to get inside and let's have a close look at those 7 seats. The interior on this GLB is finished in a darker theme because this one's the AMG spec variant, and that being said, you get black leather interior and along with that you also have carbon fiber finish over here. Well, the ambient lighting that you see comes standard on the GLB even if you buy the base spec variant, which also gives the option of using a lighter theme for the interior, and I think that will be a more sensible choice if you do not love darker colors because this interior heats up well. And thanks to a large panoramic sunroof which lets in a lot of light enter cabin. Yes, it is premium, fit and finish levels are great. The quality of materials that are used here, they are great. These vents, they are stylish, they are functional, and everything over here feels built to last. However, I think the sound system could have been a better unit. The output is not really crisp and great, but it is the touchscreen display that makes up for that with its intelligence and the crispness that it offers. Now, another thing over here that I really like is the steering wheel. This is very practical and a really nice unit to hold too. Also, there are multiple buttons over here that make it very useful while driving. Now, talking of space, there's a lot of it on offer. Also, you get cubby spaces here. You have a wireless phone charger and 2 cup holders over here. Let's move to the rear seat and see how spacious are those. In the second row, you might be thinking that I am sitting in a slightly tight position. Well, this seat is set to my driving preference and I'm 5'6" for that matter. Well, you can slide the rear seats all the way back. You have more leg room, knee room, and the seat can recline to a max angle of say 25 degrees. And with this setup, there's a lot of room that elevates in the rear row, which Mercedes claim is really good for pets and preteens. So let's hop in there and check out. But let me tell you, there's enough space over here. However, I feel the under thigh support could have been slightly better. First thing, I'm sitting knees up and these seats are not very big for that matter. Thankfully, you get 3-point seat belts and 2 Type-C ports and cup holders as well. Well, this is the minimum amount of legroom you have on offer, wherein I can barely fit. And this is the maximum amount of legroom and kneeroom you have on offer in the third row. And in this way, I think somebody can travel for a couple of kilometers. But I think now we should get back on the driving seat to see how good is it to drive. It's time to get going in the GLB. Seatbelts on, sleeves folded, because the roads here are serpentine and smooth, and the straight road transport buses drivers are not being any easy on us. They're being super harsh. But the GLB, on the other hand, is a car that is being as smooth as possible. After all, the suspension is tuned more for the comfort than dynamics. Well, I was driving the GLA yesterday and I can understand that this one has slightly more body roll, but it remains composed even on tight hairpin bends when I am flooring the throttle rather hard. The one I'm driving is the diesel spec model, which also comes with the Mercedes-Benz all-wheel drive system, often referred to as 4MATIC. Well, the engine here comes from the GLC itself, and it's a 2-liter 4-cylinder, puts out roughly 190 horses, 400 Nm, and the 0 to 100 takes somewhere around 7 seconds. Also, the top speed is in the range of 217 kmph or something. But if I talk of hands-on experience, this motor feels very peppy. In fact, there are multiple driving modes which make the engine feel more livelier when you want it, and the brakes, they do not feel wooden at all. They inspire confidence. Since the glass area is large and you sit slightly higher, the bonnet is flat and so is the dashboard, so you have a very commanding view of the road. That being said, it is a car if you love highway, you have a nuclear family, and you want to haul them rather comfortably. But should you really buy this one? Let me get out and sum this video up. Go slow now, because now we'll be talking about money and should you consider buying the GLB or not. Well, we have been driving this car for quite some time and for quite some kilometers here in Kodaikanal on roads that are beautiful, much like this car. Thankfully, they are not as boxy and as straight as this one. But now, talking of money, I'm expecting this to be priced at Rs 60 lakh for the top-end GL220D variant, the 4MATIC one with the AMG trim, because the similar setup comes in GLA for Rs 50 lakh, whereas the same diesel engine in the top-spec GLC costs Rs 70 lakh. With a 1.3-liter turbo petrol motor, I am expecting the prices to be around the early 50s. But now coming to the important question, that should you consider buying one or not? Well, my answer is go with this arrow, because it points towards GLB and even I'm pointing towards this car because you should consider buying one. Well, it is as big as the GLC, and the GLC is already sold out for this year and a major part of the next year as well, until the Mercedes comes with a new GLC. So if you are looking to buy a 7-seater car that can serve your nuclear family and your kids for sure, in a budget of Rs say 60 to 65 lakhs, just gets a thumbs up from my end.